Well, I'm not going to sit here and let anybody come for me. Everybody's got a limit. Everybody's got only so much they can take. The reason I've been sat, so I've known about this for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months now. And the reason I've been sat on it is because I've been in touch with solicitors, after being in touch with the police, and they recommended I go to solicitors, like a family solicitor, to get a non-harassment order, like injunction, placed on my parent. So if you have a look through my page, you'll see I speak a lot about childhood trauma. I talk about my time in foster care, the different types of abuse that I was subjected to, which was neglect, emotional, physical, there was a lot of stuff that I was subjected to as a child growing up. And as an adult, this has now continued into adulthood with flying monkeys involved, with heavy harassment, and it then tumbled down onto my son. Was entrusted to have a relationship with this parent and was then being neglected when he was over there, which he was at an age where he was saying that he wanted to go to this person's house. I was trying to be the bigger person and be like, well, maybe they could be a good parent to me, but they could be a good grandparent. Turns out that was a load of shit. And so I've had to make the responsible choice to stop that relationship as well. And since doing so, I've been subjected to so much attacks, including this person getting in touch with my son, who's obviously got additional needs, using access to his mobile phone to pass on messages to me, basically, and have all sorts of goes, getting other people to try and have goes at me. And your perfect little TikTok princess is now in cahoots with this woman, reached out to her, thinking that this would be a great thing to do, to attack me, got in touch with someone who lost her children into the social services, who allowed her partners to beat them up, black and blue, where they've gone to school, primary school, teachers have saw their bruises and put them into, basically from that day, social services have had to take their kids away. Like, when I tell you the level of shit, you wouldn't even believe. And your little princess Steph thinks that it is cool to get in touch with this person and become little besties and sit talking shit and gossiping. To have somebody who sits there preaching women supporting women and be kind, and I'm not a bad person and I would never hurt anybody, that's a load of shit, right? It is a load of shit, because you've actively gone out of your way to engage with someone who is unstable. Like, I have to be very careful what I say, because like I've said, I am in discussions with solicitors at the moment to try and have harassment orders and stuff put in place. So I want to be careful what I say, because I'm trying to stop someone from attacking me by reaching out to other people and getting them to attack me, which is my parent I'm talking about. So I'm going to be careful what I say, because I don't want to be then doing the same thing to her that I'm being subjected to. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a hypocrite here. The reason I haven't said anything before, I'm getting pissed off about it now, because she's like, oh, and they're doing this and they're doing that. I don't know if people are doing that to her. I haven't personally, I actually haven't reached out to anybody. If I've ever had anything to say about that woman, I've said it from my own page with my own face. And it's always just been stuff that I've been triggered on, that like the damaging things to her children, that because I speak about childhood trauma. So it's things like that I've spoken on, because it's triggered me personally from my own childhood trauma. I've never been a troll. I've not got a fake account. I've never contacted brands. That's not on me. But this person has gone to the person who's abused me in my life to try and hurt me, and that's messed up in the head. So sorry, the reason why I've sat on it is because obviously to go through the solicitors, part of this is to stop my parent from being able to have her flying monkeys come and attack me. And since I've known that Steph is now one of these flying monkeys and thinks it's fucking ace clout, I want to encapsulate that together so that when the paperwork gets sent out to my parent, I can also get paperwork sent out to Steph to tell her that she also cannot be working with this person to try and cause me emotional damage, because it's so messed up to be abused by somebody your whole life, then try and have distance from them as an adult, and then find ways to get to you. It's horrendous. It is such an awful situation to be in. And if you want proof of everything that's going on, there's old videos that Steph's got where she tags comments from my abuser. Like what I've done with you, she's done that to try and let me see that she's speaking to her. She also follows her on TikTok, and that person follows her back. I have been made aware that they've had umpteen conversations in private message and stuff. And I actually only, do you know how I found out? Because a troll account got in touch with me to let me know that. I don't know how they found out, but they went, I'm just letting you know that this is what's been said. I've got screenshots I want to send to you, blah, 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 blah. I wasn't able to fully speak in it before because my parent is a patient in a mental health hospital that I happened to be working at the time. I am no longer working there, so I feel a bit more free to be able to speak about it. But if you think that this is a be kind, I'm a nice person, I wouldn't hurt other people, to be going into cahoots with someone who's mentally unstable, genuinely a patient getting help for her mental health, and you're going in cahoots with them to cause damage and pain to someone who's already had a lifetime of abuse, then that, I think that's seriously messed up. Because my page, you can see I talk a lot about healing from childhood trauma. Every single week I do therapy, which is really hard, really difficult, to try and heal and be a better person and to make my life a little bit more tolerable and to be a better parent myself. So if you think about it, the hard work I'm doing, and she knows about it, yet she's gone to the very person who's caused all that pain and then tried to make me aware of that by doing comments like this and videos to let me see I speak to this person. That's not normal. So that's not be kind. Now, I don't know what's going on with her and with people contacting brands and stuff like that, because that's none of my business. I don't care about any of that. That's petty to me. But to sit there and say that they're doing this to me, actually, but I know that you're doing a hell of a lot worse. That's why I've spoken out, because there's only so much one person can take.